Okay, I think we all know why you clicked on this video. Hi everyone! So if this is your first time seeing me, my name is Erica and welcome to my channel, Erica's Everything. I mainly focus on like lifestyle content, which has a little bit of like beauty, fashion, fitness, and just anything pertaining to me. That is what you will see in this channel. If that interests you, I would love it if you guys subscribed and please join my little community that I'm building here. Yeah, hi girlies. So in today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, your girl has been going to the gym and it has been life-changing. It's been doing wondrous things on me. And I had always been the type of girl where I was like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't need to go to the gym. Let me tell you, you kind of do. So in this video, I kind of just wanted to share with you guys my tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. These two photos that I had presented in the thumbnail were 1 year apart. So if that goes to show you anything, I think that goes into my first ever tip, which would be consistency. So with exercise and with any sort of workout thing, you'll always hear people talking about like their workout journey or like their fitness journey, because it really is that. It's a journey. As much as I never wanted that to be the answer, it really is the answer. You have to be consistent with it. You have to stick with it. And so that is my first tip, which would be to be consistent with it. I mean that you have to stick with whatever exercises you choose to do. So for me, I am consistent with the same exercises. I usually have around 4 to 5 different exercises when I do go to the gym. And those are the ones that I stick to when I'm at the gym to work out. So for my first tip, it would definitely be consistency. Not only with the exercises that you do, that way you can track your progress on like how heavy you're able to lift, and you will be able to see a difference if you are being consistent on increasing your weight. You will feel that like you're able to lift a lot heavier as compared to when you first started out. And trust me, I know this because I don't have any footage of it, but when I first started going to the gym about a year ago, I literally could not even squat like the bar. And the bar is around, I think it's either 40 pounds or 45 pounds. And I think that leads me to probably my second tip is to totally track your progress. Like make sure you're taking videos of everything. Even if you are like, oh, I hate the way I look right now, or like you're just starting out and you're just like, I don't even know if this is the right way to do it. Just take a picture of it, take a video of it, just save it for yourself, because then you'll be able to see how far you've actually come when you look back at it and you're like, oh my god, like that used to be so difficult for me and now that is so much easier to do. Or you could do it on like your notes app where you're keeping track of the weights that you're able to do and like for how many reps you're able to do it too. Yeah, but definitely track it. So another tip that I would give you guys is to definitely find a routine and stick to it. Even if you're just working out around like 2 to 4 times a week, it's all about consistency. So just make sure that you are finding a routine that works for you and sticking to it. Like find something that works around your work schedule, find something that works around your school schedule or whatever you have going on, and make sure that you stick with that. So for me, I definitely try to avoid Mondays because of the fact that everyone's there on Monday. So for me, that is not the time that I feel the most comfortable going because of the fact that everyone's there. It makes me a little bit scared and nervous and I get intimidated still. Okay, so I know that we all came here because we all see the progress that I've made on my butt. So yeah, so I have some exercises that I wanted to share with you guys of the like must-dos and like the all-time favorites for leg day. So I just wanted to share them with you guys right here. So for leg day, the ones that I do all the time are going to be RDLs, which are going to be Romanian deadlifts. And those are the ones where I'll put a video of it right here. Move the dumbbells as far as you can down your legs through your hips. And then once you can't go any further down without like bending your back, then that's when you come back up. And with all these exercises, make sure that you are keeping your back like pretty straight, so that way you're not using your back to like hunch over when you're doing them. And you just go until your hips can't go any more back, and then that's when you plop it back up. Hopefully that makes sense because I'm not like a professional trainer, so I have no idea. Another one that I love to do during leg day is definitely hip thrusts. So everyone says this, hip thrusts are the things that you have to do on leg day, and they are right. So for hip thrusts, I use a machine, using the machine, and pretty much I'll just put a comfortable weight that I know that I can do. There's videos that you can look up online where there's like a specific placement for your feet. You don't want them like too far away from your body, and you don't want them too close to your body either. It has to be just right where you get like a, I think it's supposed to be like a 90-degree angle when you thrust all the way up. And then another one that is a must do on leg day is definitely going to be split squats. So these are Bulgarian split squats, and this is a video of me doing them. And I know you've all seen the gym girlies do this, where you pretty much have one leg on some sort of bench or some sort of elevated area, and then you have your other leg that's more forward, and then you just carry your weights, and then you just dip down and back up, dip down, back up, dip down and back up. And these ones hurt so bad. So for me, I really don't stick to a diet at all. Never have, probably never will. So for me, when I do eat, like I just kind of eat whatever. Instead of like limiting myself with food, it's just kind of just increasing it. So I've just been increasing it, where it's like, instead of telling myself like, oh, you can't eat that, it's like, oh, you should be able to eat that. And then also just make sure that you're also putting in some more veggies or something. So for me, when I do talk about diet, it's more like, instead of subtracting foods, I like to make sure that I'm adding foods. Or like I'm still able to enjoy like desserts and like some junk food. It's just like, as long as I do get like some healthy greens in my diet, and definitely drink a lot of water. So just increasing all the good stuff while also being able to have some of the bad stuff. I also really liked following this rule too, where it's like try to eat like some of the rainbow. So for me, I'll try to make sure that I have around 3 to 4 different colors in my meals, just to make sure that all of it is like of different varieties. And just making sure that you're grabbing a little bit of everything from the rainbow. So that's all I had to say about the diet part. This is the next part where I wanted to talk about this thing that I had just recently learned about, actually. And it's this thing called the mind-muscle connection. So what the heck is that, you may be asking? If you're like me and I was like, I didn't know what that was either. If you just even visualize yourself before doing like the workout or before making a trick shot or anything, your brain has already put it in you that like, oh, we're doing it, like we've done it before. And like you just kind of trick yourself. So for this whole mind-muscle connection thing, you need to make sure that like when you are working out, like make sure you're actually getting into like visualizing what exactly are the muscle groups that are going into that movement. What really helped me with this mind-muscle connection was to make sure you're doing the workout slowly. That way you're able to really know what exactly is going into the movement and what exactly is it that you're working out. So that way you can feel exactly where it's working. So doing the mind-muscle connection definitely helps when you're doing more of like a slowed down workout, and one that isn't super strenuous. So even if that just means doing your body weight, just do a weight that you're very comfortable with, that you're able to do, and then go slowly on that weight. So that way you're able to know exactly what muscles it is that you're working out without having to like strain your body. This is also a good opportunity to be able to focus on your form, to make sure that like your form is good, so that way you're not injuring anything. So I think with anything that is very repetitive, such as exercising, it always comes back to the basics, where it's like, oh, you need to make sure that your form is right. You need to make sure that your muscles are in tune. You need to make sure that your mind is connecting with those groups while you're doing the exercise, so that way you're able to really like flex them and then also relax them. It's just all about having like that control over yourself. Okay, so the next one is probably my favorite tip of all, because this one is obviously more like fashion related, and that is to get cute workout clothes. I can't tell you how much this has made such a huge difference, because you will want to work out once you get super cute workout clothes. Like when I first started going to the gym, I was wearing nothing but like baggy shirts and sweats, and it was really not something that I felt like the most confident in, where it was not something that you want to actually be seen in. But the difference that cute workout clothes makes, it just makes you feel so much more confident, and it makes you want to work out, and it just makes you feel great. I feel like there's such a huge reason why clothes just boost your mood and just put you into that mindset of whatever it is that you're wearing. It really like embodies you. Clothes just really set the vibe with what you're going for. I feel like clothes are like the last step into like getting into like who you really are, getting ready to have a killer workout, and getting ready to be the most confident you are because you feel your best. So I really do feel like the clothes that you wear set the mood and the tone of your workout. So another tip or topic that I wanted to talk about for my transformation journey and my fitness journey is rest. Resting and listening to your body and like what your body needs is super important. So I actually know someone who is a personal trainer, and he went on this super huge fitness journey where he literally was working out every day, and he was stuck in that routine. And a routine is great. Like I did talk about consistency earlier. However, he had no rest days. Like he had no room in his schedule for any sort of rest and rejuvenation and any sort of indulgence. One day out of nowhere, he got this massive headache. It was a massive migraine, and it would not leave for days. And he would try to take sort of like pain relievers or painkillers, and it would not leave him alone. And he would go to the doctor, and he was just like, what is going on with my body right now? And the doctor had prescribed him rest. That is literally the wake-up call that he needed, where it was like he was stuck in such a disciplined cycle where he didn't give himself the time to rest. And it was like it really did have harmful effects on him because of the fact that he was not allowing himself to take a day for himself. You do need a routine, you do need to be disciplined, you do need to be consistent, but you also need to allow yourself days of rest. If you are going at 100% every single day, you are bound to get burnout. All right, and then the last tip that I want to leave with you guys today is angles. One thing that you just need to know is just your angles. Like a lot of my photos are just me knowing how to pose. It would just be you getting to know what works best for you. Make sure that you know your lighting. I think it's all about deciding like what it is that you want to actually showcase and what it is that you want to kind of bring to like the background a little bit more. I think it's like an exercise actually where it's called like power posing, where you just go into a mirror and you just start like posing and just like feeling what makes you feel powerful. And I would highly recommend this practice of just power posing in front of a mirror and just figuring out what angles you like the most. So that's just pretty much up to you. It's just like what makes you feel the best, like where do you feel looks the best. Like, so I think with that, I feel like I've kind of reached the end of the video. I think those are all the points and tips and tricks that I wanted to share with you guys. I think the number one thing, if anything, that you take away from this video is that you will always outwork others if you just stick with it. And I feel like working out has a lot of benefits that are being shown, where it's just like it does improve your confidence, and it does help with discipline too, because it's like you need to have that consistency, and it just kind of shows you where it's just like you can do incredible things if you put your mind to it. And I think that's what this has shown me too, where it's just like even though it may not be something enjoyable in the moment, it's like anytime I'm done with it, it's like I know that I accomplished at least something that day. And that would be that like I'm taking care of myself. And it's like a form of self-care too, where a lot of people go to the gym saying like that's their therapy or like that's their meditation. And it really is. It does help you focus on your breathing. So there you have it, you guys. That is the end of the video. That is me talking about my tips and tricks on how much I've learned over the 1 year transformation that I've had. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.